Lucille said, insistent. "Try me. I'll try to understand. Don't worry."
Kaiser said, wiping his forehead, "My way of thinking is very complicated. I connect a lot of small details together and draw conclusions.
Even weak ones, and those conclusions lead me to more possibilities, and with them come new threads with other possibilities and hypotheses, and I connect those with the first ones until it all turns into a loud, chaotic mess inside my head."
It's very complicated. It's like a painting of autumn's rhythm.
Lucille answered, trying to offer a solution. "And why all this complication? Just write it all down on paper and free yourself from the mess." Kaiser objected, shaking his head. "It's true that paper helps untangle the complexity, but it's a very slow method. I like to think. I like fast, precise thinking, and that's why I've built a stereotyped image of another person in my head, called Reed. He represents the information and the facts. And I try to attack him and prove his conclusions and solutions wrong. And then he tries to convince me of his point of view using more facts and information, and so on. And this method really helps me organize my thoughts." Lucille looked puzzled, and his expression showed he wasn't convinced. Kaiser shook his head, and ideas began multiplying in him. "I've got it, do you know? Simply put, who Reed actually is? Maybe you'll understand better if I explain the environment I've placed Reed inside. He's the receptionist at the library." "The receptionist?" Kaiser answered, "Yes, Reed is the receptionist at the library. Any piece of information that enters my head, Reed records it in books and files it in its proper section. Every subject Reed writes gets its own book, which he then places on a shelf in its own particular section. Yes, like a very large library. You'll find certain sections in it, but they're different from irregular library sections. There's a section for desires, and this section holds everything I love and crave, and through it I decide what I'll eat, what I'll wear, what I'll do, and so on. And there's a section for people, and it holds every person I know or have heard about or read about or even imagined. Each of these people has a book containing all the information specific to them. And the sizes of these books differ from one person to another. There are people I share countless memories with, whom I've lived alongside for long stretches, and there are people whose information fits on a single page. And there's a locked room, and this room holds the principles and laws I live by. And through the windows you can see a whole world of books scattered outside, but Reed can't go out and collect them. Instead, the winds of memory bring them in, now and then, and this outside world is the subconscious, or the unconscious mind." Lucille fell silent for a long moment, then asked, curious, "And does Reed let you go into this library?" Kaiser answered, speaking with real enthusiasm now, explaining details he'd never spoken of before. "Yes, I can sit with him at the reception desk, bring out books, and discuss all kinds of matters." Signs of astonishment filled Lucille's face, one after another, and he said nothing. Kaiser spoke. "I hope you've got the picture now." Lucille asked suddenly, "And why do you do this? Why don't you just think the way ordinary people do?" Kaiser laughed and said, "It's exhausting to think alone. If I make a bad decision, I'll regret it, but this way I can lay the blame on Reed. Life is more comfortable this way." Lucille laughed and spoke, trying to reason it through. "But you know it's really you. How can you do that? You have to face your own mistakes eventually." Kaiser said mockingly, "Yes, and when that happens, future Kaiser will deal with it, not present Kaiser, and I'm confident he'll handle it just fine. All right, I do this so I can live at peace within myself."
Maybe he won't understand it, Reed, but you know I struggle with narcissism, and I carry a pride too high to ever allow myself to be wrong. I couldn't bear the regret that comes from my own mistakes, and I might even consider ending my life if I blamed myself for them. So it's easier for you to carry it instead of me, Reed. I know it's a heavy burden, but you'll carry it for me, won't you? Quote, ... Lucille laughed and decided to end the discussion there.
Yes, you've answered my question. Now I'll answer yours. Why did I come to you now, right?